Welcome back to another episode of our Ultimate Decades Challenge. As you can see, we have entered into the year 1370, and this is our new photo for our timeline. We have all of our families listed here on the timeline. This one here is our main household. We have the McNallys, we have our Von Schwans, the Hardings, the Monastery, the Bermans, the Likes are here. We have the other Arundel family, the Del Madonnas, and all of our Petechias, and these are our war camp people here up at the top. So this is our current timeline of folks that we have in our current play that we are starting off in the new decade with. They have significantly, I want to say they've significantly grown, but I don't know that they technically have. If you look at 1370, I don't know that they have actually grown. We would just have to, I guess, look at 1360 and take a look and see if they've grown. I guess, yeah, they kind of have grown significantly. They've grown. 1360 to 1370, they have significantly grown. So we've significantly grown from 1360 to 1370. So we love that for us. And that being said, let's go ahead and hop over to our spreadsheet here. As you can see, we are in 1370. For 1370, we do have some birthdays that we need to get through. And so let's go ahead and take a look. For 1370, we do want to try for a baby with Danica Del Madonna. As we know, she lost her first child, and so we are going to try for a baby for her. We also have Oscar McNally, who is scheduled to die, so we will be rolling to find out, or spinning, I guess I should say, to find out what he is dying from. We have 2 children aging up. 2 children. We have Henry Petechia, who needs to roll to see if he can age up to 18 and find out if he's going to be marrying. Then we have Joanna Harding and Mackenzie Like. They are aging up to young adults. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump in and get started on this. For Oscar McNally, let's go ahead and roll and find out what he is dying from. We are just going to take a look and see on the timeline or the info tab here. I want to just see, I think Oscar McNally is Oscar McNally. I need to look and see. For some reason, I'm thinking he's a little guy, but I just need to find him on the timeline here. Oscar McNally, where are you, son? Oscar McNally is 4. So we will go ahead and roll the infant, child, and toddler deaths and find out what he is dying from. He fell into a well. All right, so we are going to be taking Oscar McNally and we will be killing him first thing off in this episode because he fell into a well. So let's go ahead and jump into the McNally family and we will be taking Oscar away from them. And then we will go ahead and do our birthday rolls. And then after our birthday rolls, we'll hop over into the Del Madonna family and we will go ahead and get them started with trying for a baby. Okay, so we have arrived here in the home of the McNallys. This is little Oscar McNally here. He is their only little heir because he is their only son. And so we are unfortunately taking their only son away from them, but we do have to unfortunately take him away today. He is, like we said, dying because he has fallen into a well. So we are going to go ahead and take him away. Look at Amir. He's like, oh my gosh. I know, Amir. I'm so terribly sorry. You and Georgina are obviously going to have to continue trying for children. Oh, poor Mara. She's like, not my little brother. Oh, the poor dear. And Oscar was born in 1365 and is passing away in 1370, so we will have to engrave his epitaph for them, and then we'll take them over to the cemetery to place him to rest. I have no idea where Georgina is, but it would seem that she is somewhere on the lot, but she is not privy to seeing her son passing away, and so I hate that she's not around for this. I mean, it's probably best that she doesn't see her only son pass away, but I do hate that. So let's go ahead and engrave the epitaph. And like I said, he was born in 1365 and has passed away in January of 1370. And we will go ahead and have Amir come and grab this tombstone, and then we'll take it over to the cemetery. All right, why don't you go ahead and travel here, and we'll go place him to rest. All right, so we're gonna go over to the cemetery over here in England, and we'll go place Oscar to rest in his final resting place with the rest of the family members that have passed on before him. All right, so he has been placed to rest here. Let's go ahead and send Amir home, and then we are going to go ahead and we will start rolling for the birthdays. So our first birthday that we need to roll for is Raina Shoemaker and Maximus Arundel. I just want to make sure that everyone is still alive, because as we know, we have had several people that have passed away. So let's go ahead and check the info tab on that and make sure they're still alive. So Raina Shoemaker, is Raina still with us? Raina Shoemaker is deceased, and so we won't be rolling for her. And the other one was Maximus Arundel. And he's here. He's still alive. Okay. So Maximus Arundel we will be rolling for, but Raina Shoemaker we will not. So I will just delete her here. So for Maximus, he needs to roll anything but a 4 or a 13 on the dice. And so let's go ahead and pull that up, and then we'll find out if he can age up to a child. So if we give that a spin, he rolls a 3, and so he does survive. He gets 28 days. All right, so Maximus is going to age up again in 1377. And let's go ahead and go over to the Arundel home, and we will age up little Maximus. And then we will roll for Henry Petechia. All right, here is little Maximus here. We are just going to go ahead and age him up. So he is going to be aging up to a child. So let's go ahead and get him aged up here. All right, and let's hop into cast with him and give him his makeover and find out what traits he got. So I do have a mod in my game that automatically assigns them random traits and aspirations. So for this, he got talentless and chore master. So let's go ahead and give him his little makeover here, and then we will move right along with this. And for the Arundel family, they are in pink clothing. right, so there is Maximus Arundel, all aged up to a child. Let's go ahead and get his photo for the family tree. And then we will go ahead and jump back into the game, and we're going to go over to the Petechia house so that we can age up Henry Petechia to a teen. So if we take a look at the timeline, Henry Petechia for a teen needs to roll anything but an 18. So if we pull up our dice, we need to go ahead and give that a roll and see what he rolls. He rolls a 13, so he's good. So he gets 28 days as well. And then for his marriage, if he's going to marry, let's give that a roll. And he rolls a 7, so he'll be marrying in 7 years. So he will be marrying in 1377. So he'll be marrying here with when Katia marries. So we'll just put him on here. Henry Petechia will be marrying as well. Perfect. All right, so he have updated that. Let's go ahead and jump over to the Petechia household, and we will age up Henry to a teenager. All right, Henry, let's go ahead and age you up, son, into a teen. So we will set your age to a teen.
Oh, yibs.
Okay, let's go ahead and hop into cast with him, and we'll check out what he got as far as his traits, as well as give him his makeover and get his photo for the family tree as well.
Kuvne Bokana.
So he is unappeasable and stoic, and he got successful lineage as his aspiration. And let's go ahead and give him his makeover. Actually, I think his makeover is kind of okay. I don't mind it, honestly. I think it's pretty good. I just need to go ahead and put him in his green. All right, so there is Henry Petechia, and let's get his photo for the family tree as well, and jump back into the game. All right, so the next one that we have on our timeline is Mackenzie Like. He is aging up to a young adult, so we're going to go ahead and hop over to the Like residence, and we're going to roll and see if Mackenzie can age up to a young adult. So let's go ahead and pull up our dice. He can't roll a 3, 7, or a 19. And he rolls an 11. So he gets 40 days. All right, Mackenzie, we got you updated here on the timeline. Let's go ahead and just go turn you into a young adult here. So let's go to the Like residence. They are in England, in Hemford-on-Bagley. So let's go ahead and go to the Like residence and see Mackenzie. All right, so here is Mackenzie Like, and we are just going to go ahead and age him up to a young adult. And he is a Virgo. It says, modest and shy, introverted Virgos take pride in their meticulous and practical approach to life. Unfortunately, these same traits can result in a very fussy individual. Virgos get along with another Virgo and is often attracted to Aquarius and Sagittarius. However, they don't usually match with Leo or Taurus. All right, and for his, he has a night owl. He's an introvert. He has high self-esteem, and then he got the Virgo trait. And he is a soulmate aspiration. So we love that for him. All right, we don't have to go into casts for him because he hasn't changed any, so we love that. So now the only thing that we need to do is go ahead and go over to the Del Madonna family, and we need to get them to try for a baby. So as we know, they had tried for a baby, had a baby, and unfortunately their baby was stillborn. So we are going to have them go ahead and try for another child. That way they can hopefully go ahead and have another baby. I am just going to get her to come on down here and propose to him that they try for another baby. So she's going to ask him if they can go ahead and try again, and they will go ahead and do that. And we still haven't decided if we want him to be a vampire or not. I'll let you guys let me know what you think about that. If we think that he should go ahead and become a vampire. As we know, his whole family is a vampire. His wife is a vampire. So I think that, you know, it would make sense if he were a vampire, but I will let you guys let me know how you feel about that. I think that obviously if he is not a vampire, he's going to die, and his wife and family is not, because they're all immortal. But I'll leave that decision up to you guys to decide if he is going to become a vampire or not. But they're just going to run upstairs here, and they're going to go ahead and try for another child. And she's talked him into going upstairs and trying in a coffin. And he's like, in the coffin? And she's like, I just figure it might be good luck. And he's like, do you think? And she's like, I think it is. And he's like, okay, well, if you think that it'll cause us better luck, then I'm willing to try anything. And she's like, okay, let's totally try that then. So they're going to go ahead and try for a baby here in this coffin. We'll just give them a little bit of privacy here. So they're going to go ahead and try for a baby there, and hopefully that will be successful, and they will go ahead and be able to have a viable pregnancy and a baby that is able to survive, because we definitely want that for them. All right, so they have gone ahead and tried for that baby. He is like, I sure do love you, Danica. And she's like, I love you too, Archibald. All right, so we are going to go ahead and we're going to head over now into our main household. And we're just going to see how everything's going with them. As we know, we do have our main household here with Julianna, and she's just taking care of Xavier and Diana because we no longer have Amelie with us. As we know, Julianna is just trying to decide if she is wanting to go ahead and get married sooner and start having a family of her own, and if she is wanting to start trying to be the heir of the family as opposed to letting Xavier be the heir. She hasn't decided what she needs to do for this family. She's a little bit concerned with the lineage and how things are going to go. But for now, we're just going to have her continue painting and seeing how things kind of turn up. And maybe we'll have her go ahead and invite her beau over and see how things go with that. Maybe he will come over and we'll see how things go. If he automatically kind of proposes to her a situation, or they decide to go ahead and get married sooner, then we may go ahead and allow that to take place. But we'll just kind of follow the prompts of the game here and see how things go. As of right now, she's just trying to kind of hold things together here for the family. So we'll just have to see. So as you can see, she's just getting a little bit of painting in. She does do that frequently from time to, well, I was going to say from time to time, but she's frequently painting just because that's how she likes to make money for the family. So she is getting some painting in. Xavier's just getting a little bit of sleep. And Diana's going to come on down here and make a little bit of a fruit salad so that we can have a little bit of stuff to eat here for the day. So we're going to have her go ahead and just whip up a little bit of a fruit salad here, which is fantastic. We absolutely love that she's just out here helping out. It also is going to get her a little bit of cooking skill in, which is fantastic. We definitely need that. It does look like we have some things here in the garden. What is this? We have some milk in the garden. I don't really know why we have milk in the garden, but we definitely do have milk in the garden. So we'll just grab that up. All right. People just come and just leave things in the garden. So there's that. All right. How's she doing with that painting? It looks like she's just about got that painting completed. She just finished painting a masterpiece. Okay, that's good. So that's worth 608 simoleons. I mean, it could have been worth more, but we'll take it. We'll take it. How's the fruit salad coming? She's like, it's coming along. Diana is trying her hardest to get a little bit of skill here in the cooking arena. She is really trying her hardest to be helpful, but I mean, she's really young, and she's like, I don't really know exactly what I'm doing, but I am trying. And she's like, I'm doing the best that I can. We're just going to go ahead and let her fix this up, and then she's going to grab a serving of it to eat. And then we will go ahead and let her maybe get a little bit of rest because she is starting to feel a little bit tired. How is everyone else's needs? Okay, they're good. I mean, we did invite him over, but I don't know where he is. He said he was coming over, but he hasn't come around. So maybe her fiance isn't coming around. I don't really know. Oh, they're just boyfriend and girlfriend right now. She hasn't proposed. When he comes over, maybe we should go ahead and get her to propose to him if he does come around. All right, so he said he'd come right over. So we'll see if he comes on over. She's going to paint a little bit more while she waits. I am just going to get her to go ahead and get into her daily outfit. All right, let's go ahead and invite him in and go propose to him.
Wambasi? Yibs.
And he's like, of course I'll marry you. And she's like, really? Oh my goodness, that's so amazing.
Dag.
All right, so these two are now engaged to be married, which is fantastic. Obviously, she's going to secure that so that she knows that at least this is someone that she can marry when she's ready to get married. And so Julianna's feeling great about that. So she knows that at least when she is ready to get married, she is, engaged to Demarcus, and that's the person that she's going to spend the rest of her life with. So that's fantastic. We have Amir and Simon who've come over to visit, and they're just having a little bit of a conversation with Demarcus as well, and they're congratulating him on his engagement, which is fantastic. And they're like, oh, we love that you're going to be getting married to Julianna. And he's like, oh, thanks so much. I really appreciate that you're, congratulating us. That really means a lot to me. But how do you guys know Julianna? And they're like, oh, well, we're actually all family. And he's like, really? And they're like, yeah. So she's just going to go and grab herself a little bit to eat here. And that way, she's not feeling really hungry. So she's just going to head over to the shared community area and go ahead and get herself a bite to eat. By proposing to him, went ahead actually and met her Love Day stuff for St. Valentine's Day, which is fantastic. That kind of worked out perfectly for us. And as you can see, Xavier's just in here cleaning up. Why are you not cleaning this? Is this not able to be cleaned? So Julianna's just going to head off. She's going to go get herself a little bit of rest. She's feeling a little bit tired. So we are going to let her go ahead and get herself just a little bit of a nap in. Diana is up here making a huge mess, which is not at all what I was wanting for her. Why don't you go over here and play? And then you can clean that mess up that you made. And Julianna's like, Diana, please clean that up. And she's like, okay, Julianna. Okay, seriously, he can't clean that up, I guess. So she's in here just playing around a little bit with her toys, which is fantastic. We are loving that for her. She's going to clean up this mess that she's created because it is really just a bit much. Can you go ahead and do a painting? Look at Demarcus. He's like, I'm going to practice this violin. Why don't you go ahead and get to know him a little bit? Since your sister's going to be marrying him, you might as well at least get to know him. And so should you, Xavier. Come and get to know him just a little bit. So Xavier's going to come over. He's going to introduce himself to Demarcus, and he's going to say, hello, I am Xavier. I am the little brother and the heir of the house. I just wanted to formally introduce myself to you. And Demarcus is going to be like, it's really nice to meet you. And they're just going to have a little bit of a conversation. And obviously Xavier's going to be like, what are your intentions with my sister? And he's going to be like, well, I intend to marry her. And Xavier's like, really? And, are your plans to stay with her and to treat her really well? And Demarcus is like, well, of course, I want to have, a long life with her. And he's like, okay, that's very good, because honestly, like, Julianna deserves the world. So Demarcus is like, well, I completely agree. Like, I think she also deserves the world. Look at this painting that she did. I mean, it's only worth 82 simoleons, but I think it's pretty amazing. So Julianna's going to go out here. She's just going to do a little bit of researching on the plants, which is fantastic. They're just all out here talking to the plants and researching the plants, and we love that. We're going to go ahead and just do a little bit of fertilizing, and we will make sure everybody's good and fertilized. So I think that she's going to come up here and she's just going to talk to him about the wedding, and she's just going to say to him, like, I really want to go ahead and marry you, but I'm not really sure if we should go ahead and get married now or if we should wait. And he's going to say, well, I think honestly that we should go ahead and get married. I think that it would be good for us to go ahead and do that. And she's going to tell him, like, are you okay if we wait? And he's going to say, I just think that it would make more sense if we went ahead and we married now. And she's just going to tell him, I don't know if it's the right thing to do because I'm trying to take care of my siblings right now. And he's like, I think it's good for us to go ahead and start our family. So they're going to go ahead. They've decided that they want to go ahead and they want to get married. So they're going to go over to the church here and they're going to get married. So she's decided to go ahead and marry him a couple of years early, just in case anything were to happen to her brother. She hasn't decided yet if she's going to go ahead right away and start trying for children, but she does want to go ahead and get married and have herself a husband and be able to, at least have that portion of this as a option being married and having herself a family in that sense. She doesn't quite yet know if they want to start having children because she doesn't quite know exactly what's going to happen yet with her brother. But they're having themselves a beautiful ceremony. They're exchanging their vows and promising to, honor one another and be there for one another for eternity. And they're exchanging their rings. And just like that, we have them married. And they're having their very first kiss. And we're going to move them in together. We're going to move Demarcus Meshram in with us. And we'll go ahead and jump into Cass, and we'll change Julianna's name to Meshram. And we will go ahead and change their colors up. She's no longer going to be in blue. What color is he in? I think he's in blue because she's in blue. Yeah, they are. Okay, maybe we'll leave her in blue. That's fine. We'll keep them in blue because she tangents off from the family of Arundels. So we'll keep them in blue. All right, so we have Julianna Meshram now, and we have, obviously, Demarcus Meshram. I won't have to get a new photo for her because she hasn't changed her color. But we will update her information on the family tree as Julianna Meshram. And Demarcus is like, I really would like for us to go ahead and consummate our marriage. And she's like, I don't really know right now if I'm ready to try for children. And he's like, I understand that, but I just think like it would be a good idea if we went ahead and we did go ahead and at least tried to consummate our marriage, and did consummate our marriage. That doesn't necessarily mean that we'll get pregnant, but at least we have consummated our marriage. And she's like, okay, we can go ahead and consummate our marriage as long as we're not, actively trying for a baby. And he's like, yeah, absolutely. So they're going to go ahead and they're going to go and they're going to consummate their marriage. He's like, we don't even have to go around the kids and do that because, we can just secretly go and woo-hoo in a bush. And she's like, okay, that's fine. Wow, the love language of touch from Demarcus just made that moment truly magical for Julianna. It has her pondering the joy of a tender caress or the comfort of a warm embrace from a beloved sim. Is this a moment of realization that she likes physical intimacy? Sure. All right, so they've decided to just go over here. They're going to woohoo in this bush over here and kind of just do it a little bit secretly out of the prying eyes of the children. And so they're going to go over here secretly into this woohoo bush over here, and they're just going to go consummate their marriage here. And they're not necessarily trying for a child or anything like that. They just want to obviously consummate their marriage and make things official and be able to be romantic with one another. So, they just want to get a little frisky, obviously. So they are going ahead and consummating their marriage here, which we love. I'm going to go ahead and get Demarcus to go and grab himself a bite to eat. He's feeling a little bit hungry, so we'll go and let him grab a bite. Is everything gone? Is all the food gone? Oh, yep, everybody ate it all. All right, so I'll have to get Julianna to come and make some food. Julianna, you're going to have to cook something, dear. Make some raised meat pies. Your husband is hungry. She's like, I've got to pee. You know what? Your brother and sister is hungry too, so you really do need to cook something. So she's going to go ahead and she's going to come and she's going to cook something, and then she'll go to the washroom, and then we'll turn everyone in for the evening, and then it will be the next day here. And we'll see what's on the agenda for April of 1370. I don't think there are any leftovers. Yeah, no, there's not. I am glad, though, that she did use our kitchen to cook. She didn't go all the way to the shared space. So that was freaking amazing. She is going to the shared space to use the washroom, though, which is ridiculous. Because we have plenty of washrooms in our house. Alright, so she's going to head off to bed. He's going to go to the washroom and then head off to bed. I got a present that I think is dumb. I want to trade it with a friend or give it back. Can I do that? No, that present was for you. Be grateful. Alright, so she's going to go to bed. And then he's going to come in here and he's going to go to bed. And I'm going to go ahead and get the girls, Diana and Xavier to bed as well. Because it is getting really late. It's actually midnight. It is April of 1370 officially. And for April of 1370, we do have a birthday for Mara McNally. She is aging up to 18. So we need to look and see about her and see about if she's going to be able to age up to a teenager. So if we look, Mara McNally can't roll an 18. So if we pull up the dice, we will look and see what she rolls. So if we give it a roll, she rolls a 6. So she does go ahead and live. She gets 28 days. So she gets 28 days. And also, she needs to roll if she's going to marry. So let's roll and see when she's marrying. She's going to marry in 18 years, it says. Anything higher than 14 means they have no kids. So if it is 1370 now, she's marrying in 18 years. She's going to marry till 1388. I'm gonna roll and see. Three years. She'll get married in 3 years, but she'll have no kids. Okay. So let's go head over to the McNally house, and then we will go ahead and age her up to a teenager. All right, here is Mara McNally. We are just going to go ahead and age her up to a teen. And let's go ahead and hop into cast with her and see what she got as her trait and aspiration and give her her makeover. Alright, so she is a loner and talented, and she got a discerning dweller as her aspiration. What does a discerning dweller mean? It means this sim aspires to be the perfect tenant and neighbor in a residential rental. And the McNallys wear purple, I believe. Let me just take a look. Yes, they do. They wear purple. All right, so let's go ahead and put her in her purple outfits. All right, and then for her hot weather here, let us put her in this one. And then for her cold weather, she can wear that one. And let's go ahead and grab her photo for the family tree. And there is Mara McNally as a teen. And since we're already in this family, I am just going to go ahead and get Amir and Georgina to go ahead and try for another baby. Oh my goodness, they're so sad. They're going to be too sad to try for a baby. Where is Amir? How much longer do they have? 19 hours? Oh, he's in here crying in bed. They're distraught over the loss of their son, and unfortunately I really do need to get them to try for another baby, but right now they're just so sad that I don't know that I'm going to be able to get them to do that. I really wish there was something I could do to put them in a better mood. Oh, she's happy now. Okay, maybe I can get her to try for a baby with him now. I wasn't fast enough. All right. It looks like she might be happy enough to try for a baby now, so we're going to go ahead and get her to try for a baby with Amir. So they are going to go ahead and go upstairs, and they're going to go and try for a baby so that they can hopefully expand their family. Because, as we know, they did just lose Oscar, so they need to expand, obviously. I mean, Mara is a teen. Unflirty. No. So honestly, like, they really do need to go ahead and expand their home a little bit. Oh, the poor dear. Let's just take a look and see if that worked. No. Okay. Well, great. I need you to get in a better mood so you guys can try again.
Almost Steve. Go on a sharf. Jongi. Urch Lumbador. Go much hard.
Oh,
Yipsims.
Oblish, oblish.
Ha.
Dark Togibu, Jongi.
Oh.
Okay, so becoming best friends got her in a little bit better mood, so we're going to try again for a baby.
Some BC. Galanka Cork.
Poor Mara is distraught as well. Everyone is really, really sad in this family. All right, let's get her to come in here and take a pregnancy test. We'll say that she peed on some wheat. All right, we're eating for 2. Yay. Okay, great. All right, so she is pregnant. We love that. And so we'll get her to come up here and let Amir know that they're expecting a baby. She's going to just tell him an outrageous story, and then she's going to tell him that she is expecting.
Tanoba's a wong.
Dushao. Amuki flan.
Says Georgina has known Amir for a while now, but somehow things are different now. She's always thought that she would recognize her soulmate from the moment she met him, but it turns out that love was right under her nose all along.
Snaps.
All right, so this is great. They're expecting. We freaking love that. I just want to check in with the Del Madonnas and see if they're expecting. So we're going to go hop over into the Del Madonna family and see if they're expecting. And if they aren't expecting, then we will have them try again. So let's hop over into Transylvania and see if they're expecting. Oh, she is expecting. She's in her second trimester in 19 hours. So we absolutely love that. Danica is expecting a child, which we love. I'm super ecstatic that they're having another child. I'm thrilled for them. So let's go ahead and see if there's anyone else in here that we need to go ahead and try to get pregnant and have a baby. We'll just go and take a look at our families and see who needs to have a child. The Hardings do not. They do not. And the Del Madonnas we're already expecting. And then we have here the Arundels are good. The Petechias are good. He can't have a family anymore. The McNallys are expecting. The Bermans don't have babies. All right. And then if we go over into our Hempert on Bagley village, we have them with 2 little ones. They could probably stand to have another child. She can't. Her husband's at war, and they can't. All right, so we will try with this like family. Let's go ahead and go into the like family and get Dulce and Cuthbert to go ahead and try for another child as well. All right, so Cuthbert is just going to go ahead and ask her if they can try for a baby. He obviously is wanting a son so that he can pass down his legacy to his son.
Don't be loud.
I'll go lamp. New
Car.
Xloy.
Tabby Foon.
Go ask her if she can try for a baby with you, please. There you go. He's like, hey, can we try again for another child?
Blow far, Balafoy. Aragaba.
And she's like, yeah, we can do that.
Kansas.
He's like, I would really like to have a son. I know we have a little daughter, but I would like to have a son to pass my name on to. And she's like, absolutely. Okay, let me give you a massage first. And he's like, okay. She's like, gotta get you all limbered up.
Schmezl Klimf Lissarak. Haze. Handpay.
So they're gonna go in and they're gonna go and try for a baby. And we're just gonna have her come on over here and she's going to take a pregnancy test. Obviously she is aromantic, so she has no desire for romantic relationships, but she does understand that he does need an heir. Okay, no, I want you to come take a pregnancy test. Leave the baby alone. So come pee on your piece of wheat.
Oh, Vadish.
She's not pregnant. Okay, well, you know what that means, right? You have to try again. She's like, are you serious? I just told you I was aromantic. I understand that. But we need a son in this family. Oh, she's his soulmate too. Aww. That's really sweet. everyone that's kind of gotten married so far has become each other's soulmates, which is really great. I haven't really come across a situation where someone has been married and they haven't been someone's soulmate yet. So that's been kind of wonderful. I don't know what's going to happen if I come across that and how that's going to kind of play into the factor here. But I guess we'll just have to see. She's not pregnant. Why are you not getting pregnant? Okay, you're going to have to...
Fosa. Umfra.
Chelnor.
Ooh. Lovo Canathoi.
Seneca. Jessene Lanaga.
Ha.
They're going to try again one last time here in this shower, and if it doesn't work, then I'm going to say that maybe it's just not meant to be. She's feeling unflirty. I mean, she's aromantic and now she's unflirty. I think that would actually be truthful for her, especially considering she's aromantic. But we're going to have her take a pregnancy test one last time here. Let's hope that she ends up pregnant because honestly, okay. I was going to say, I really need her to be pregnant and I would really like for this one to be a boy. So let's hope. She's like, we're having a baby. And he's like, really? Oh my goodness. Yes. He's so excited. He's like, hopefully this one's a son. And she's like, I hope so too. Because I really am not one for that whole physical intimacy thing. And he's like, I know you're not. And I'm really sorry that I keep having to ask you to do that. But, you know, I really do need to be able to pass my name on to a son. And she's like, I understand that. I really understand the obligation. She's like, I just really struggle with the whole physical intimacy thing. And he's like, I understand. So we have finally got these guys pregnant, which is amazing. We love that for them. They're going to have another baby, which is wonderful news. Let's go ahead and jump back over into our main household and check in on our main household. I just want to check with Julianna and see how she's doing. All right, we've made it back into our main household here with Julianna, and I just want to take her and I want her to go and take a little bit of a test as well. We're going to have her pee on a little piece of wheat just to make sure that she is not expecting. I think that she would be a little bit worried that their woohoo in the bush there might have had some negative results. And so she's a little concerned about that. You know, she's not necessarily wanting to have a child right away. She was wanting to wait. And so she's kind of wanting to make sure that she's not expecting. And of course she's not. Okay, Julianna is not pregnant, maybe next time. So she is kind of okay about that news. As you can see, she's not saddened by that information. It says that she's ovulating. Today is the day of her ovulation. So if she wanted to get pregnant, today would be the day that they would need to go ahead and try for that baby. But as we know, she's not necessarily trying to have a baby right now. She is really just wanting to be married currently. She isn't really resigned to the fact that she wants to necessarily be the heir. She just is wanting to be prepared in the event that something were to happen and she needed to be the heir. She knows that she has that option available to her now that she's married to Demarcus. But she's not necessarily resigned to the fact yet that she's okay with that decision. So all in all, she wants Xavier to be the heir. She's hoping that things are going to go well for him and that he will grow up and he'll become a teenager and he'll find him someone and he'll be able to be the heir. And she's still hoping that that's going to be able to be the case. So that is overall the plan here. I mean, I just hung that outside. There we go. All right. So, yeah, we want Xavier to be the heir. So she's hoping everything's going to turn out well for him, and that she would just be backup. But, you know, only time's going to tell with that. Xavier doesn't age up again until 1375, so he still has 5 years before he becomes a teenager. So we'll just have to see how that turns out. And yeah, it's just all going to be us waiting until then and seeing how things go. I was thinking about one of my favorite toys and can't find it. I'm starting to miss it and to feel sad. just play with a different toy. All right, why don't you go ahead and come down here and clean this up, and then you can go ahead and make some carrot pudding. So Julianna's just going to come down here. She's going to clean up a little bit and make a little bit of carrot pudding for the family. Really? Okay, I'll clean it up then. That's fine. You just cook. She's like, I have to go to the shared space to make carrot pudding. That's a little bit too big of a dish. Okay, is it now? Really? Clearly it is. So we'll just go over here with her to the shared space. She's going to whip up a little bit of carrot pudding here, batter for the carrot pudding, and then we'll go back over to the house and let her cook that up.
Ooh. Uh-huh. Huzzah!
She seems to really, really like cooking because every time she does cook, she gets inspired. So I think that is pretty fantastic. Demarcus is really having a fun time getting his violin playing in, which is great. I am loving that he's enjoying that so much. And the carrot pudding is now in the oven, and hopefully it'll be done soon and the family can all eat. All right, wonderful. Let's go ahead and call everyone to a meal.
Upa! Taru! Baribi? Damse Bruhana? Snibara Watanini? Lamina Exine?
She's like, how are you doing today, Xavier? And he's like, I'm doing pretty good. And she's like, I hope you enjoy the carrot pudding that I made. And he's like, I'm sure it'll be great, Julianna. Thank you. And she's like, yeah, you're welcome. Demarcus is in there in the bedroom eating by himself.
Ooh, you mom.
When he's done, we'll just send him off to the washroom. He's going to come over here with Julianna, and he's just going to talk about the marriage a little bit. And he's going to, obviously want to give her a little bit of a kiss. I think he really does care deeply for her, and he really wants to go ahead and start their family together. I think that he is trying to understand her position on where she stands, but he doesn't quite understand why she is so adamant that she doesn't really want to start a family with him quite yet. He obviously wants children and wants to be able to have a family and wants to have a son and have someone that's his heir. So he doesn't understand why she's so adamant that she's not quite ready for that yet. But he's trying really hard to be respectful of her decision, but he wants children and he wants to start their family together.
Flurbin.
Zusul. Whibney. Zamona's Arrow. Oh, Nasota. Umbawana. Oh, Kissanoi Sweezo. Dabishi Sleckum. Kankuya. Isaya. Zaffel Nooch.
So as you can see, they are quite romantic with one another. They really have a really close relationship, and they have a lot of romance in their life. They just clearly aren't quite sure what they should do moving forward, and they're not quite sure how they're supposed to act because she feels like she has a lot of responsibilities that she has to deal with her siblings, and she's like, I don't know that I can take on more responsibility right now when it comes to having a family of my own. And he's like, I really think it'll be okay. There's two of us. Like, we can share the burden. And she's like, I don't know. I don't really know how I feel about it. And he's like, I think you just need to trust the process. So he's going to try to convince her that things are going to be okay. And he's going to go ahead and come out here and serenade her. And then he is going to try to talk her into going ahead and woohooing again. Because he really wants them to try for a baby. I mean, he wants a child, and he wants them to go ahead and begin their lives together, and that means starting a family, or at least trying to start for a family. And so they're going to go ahead and they're going to go have a woohoo. He's talked her into going and at least trying to have a woohoo. So they're going to go upstairs. They're going to have a little bit of a woohoo. It's not obviously a guarantee that she's going to get pregnant, but he's like, you know, just because we woohoo, it doesn't mean that you're going to be expecting. But at the very least, we can at least, have a woohoo. And he's like, there's nothing wrong with us at least trying. And she's like, okay.
Beppa.
So they're going to go up here and they're going to have a little bit of a woohoo here. And then we will see how that results and what comes of that. But at the end of the day, he wants a child, and he wants a child with his wife because he loves her and he wants to spend his life with her. He wants a family with her. He wants to have children. He wants to have an heir one day. He doesn't want the Meshram name to die out. And so he wants all of the things that Xavier wants when Xavier gets older. And he's trying to explain that to her, and she's like, I understand what you're saying. I just am worried about all of the responsibility. And he's like, we can handle these things together. You just have to trust me. So she's going to go ahead. She's going to come over here. She's going to pee on a piece of wheat and see if anything has happened from that woohoo. She is not pregnant. So she's like, okay, he's right. These woohoos, they don't result in pregnancies, so I should not be so worried all the time. We can still do things and have fun, and it doesn't mean that I'm going to have a baby. And so she's feeling a little bit better about that. So the next time he asks her if she wants to go ahead and have a woohoo, she's like, I'm just going to tell him yes, because there's no sense in me worrying all the time when, I could just have fun with my husband. So I'm going to get him to come up here and make a little bit of apple nectar. Since he has such great energy, we might as well let him do something. It is now officially, though, what are we in? We are in July of 1370. It has officially become the next portion of the year. And the family is just carrying on, which is fantastic. We love that. I am, though, going to go ahead and get the children into bed because it is like 1 o'clock in the morning. So they're going to go ahead and go get some sleep. Julianna is going to go ahead and get a little bit of sleep as well. So we're going to just go and get her into bed as well. And like I said, Demarcus is going to come up and just make a little bit of apple nectar, and then we'll get him into bed. And that will be perfect. He seems to really be enjoying making the nectar, and Julianna's thinking to herself, okay, well, if he ends up liking doing that, that could be very lucrative for us. And he's acquired the nectar making skill, which is fantastic. Let's go ahead and we're going to put that in here to go ahead and start aging. Okay, it is the next morning, and as you can see, Julianna has gotten up bright and early. She is in here painting and trying to make a little bit of money for the family. It is Easter, so they do need to attend a holiday ceremony, so we will be sending them off to attend a holiday ceremony today. Once Demarcus gets up, I think he is going to want to go ahead and have a little bit of a woohoo with his wife. So we will go ahead and have them do a little bit of a woohoo, and then we will go off to the Easter ceremony. So let's go ahead and have them do that. Why are they not doing what I asked? He likes handiness. Okay, sure, he can like handiness. That's perfectly fine. Can you woohoo with her here? Hey, Demarcus, I've been thinking about getting to know Harabito better as a friend. Yeah, sure, go for it. All right, so he's going to go and ask her for a little bit of a woohoo, and then we are going to head off to our Easter ceremony. It says Demarcus has known Julianna for a while now, but somehow things are different. He has always thought that he would recognize his soulmate from the moment he met her, but it turns out that love was right under his nose all along. Okay, so he's her soulmate as well. He's found the one. We love that for them. All right, so let's go ahead and we're going to send everyone to the holiday ceremony. Let's all go together and we will go to the holiday ceremony and that will be perfect. She's going to go in her robe. I mean, really, can you not? And when she comes back, we'll have her go ahead and pee on some wheat, and that will be perfect. We will go ahead and see if anything has come of the fact that she had a bit of a woohoo this morning before her ceremony. And when you come back, you can clean up this mess that you made because it is ridiculous, these messes that you made. We have laundry lying everywhere. I think I'm going to need to get them a bin to wash the laundry in, or throw away the hamper. One of the other. All right, so they are just at their ceremony. We are just going to let them continue on here, and then when they get back, like I said, we're going to have her clean up. We're going to have Julianna go ahead and pee on some wheat and finish her painting. Demarcus is going to, maybe we can get him to do a little bit more nectar making. We can get him to purchase some more apples and make some more apple nectar. And so we'll get him to craft a little bit more apple nectar, which will be fantastic. And then Xavier, honey, what can you do when you get home? Maybe you can come over here and grab yourself a little bit of pudding because you're looking like you're getting a little bit hungry. And then we'll just queue up everything for everyone to do here once they get home. And let's throw this away. All right, everyone is home from their Easter ceremony. They're feeling fantastic, which we love. I'm just going to go ahead and let them finish doing what it is that they were needing to do. And Siri McNulty would like to come over to hang out. Okay, sure, you can come over and hang out. That's fine. All right, go ahead and do what I asked you guys to do. We're just going to go up here with Julianna and watch her go and pee on this piece of wheat and see how things turn out for her.
Oh, nib!
Oh my god. Well, that woohoo resulted in a pregnancy. Now she has to go tell him that she's expecting.
Oh,
Kisanoy.
Well, he seems really excited about this news. He was like, well, I told you that I wanted to have a baby. I'm not at all upset about this. And she's like, I told you that I wasn't quite ready for that. And he's like, I told you it would be fine. It really will be fine. And she's like, oh my gosh. How are we going to handle all this responsibility? And he's like, I promise you it really will be okay.
Kisanoy, Wandafish.
Oh my goodness. She's freaking out a little bit. I'm not going to lie. How's she feel about this pregnancy?
Roby.
It is thrilling to discover a life growing inside of you. I mean, she's happy about it. So, I mean, we're not going to be upset if she's not upset. So, we love that. She feels like she's ecstatic about this fact that she's pregnant. She is a little worried about the fact that, you know, she's going to have so much responsibility, but she is happy that she's having Demarcus's baby. So, that's a good thing.
Ooh.
Demarcus is ecstatic after hearing about a new family member. All right, Diana, go downstairs and get yourself something to eat. We have an insect infestation. Are you serious? Where? All right, I'm going to go ahead and defumigate the bugs. Because this is ridiculous. The house is infested with bugs. So Julianna's going to come down and she's going to defumigate the house with a defumigation device. Alright, you need to go to the washroom. There you go. And Xavier is feeling fantastic. I think he's pretty happy about the fact that his sister is expecting. And he's thinking, like, this is actually great news. Like, our family is growing, even though it's not necessarily that she's the heir of the family, but the fact that she's having a baby is great news. And I think that Xavier is really happy for Julianna and Demarcus. So we love that. All right, Julianna, go ahead and eat that food because you are feeling pretty hungry.
Oh, yum.
There are rumors that the building was purchased by the land grab ancestors, and that's how they acquired their wealth. Oh, I'm so sorry that you're feeling so sick. So it is almost the end of the day here, and we're about to head into October of 1370 and the last portion of the year, which is fantastic. And I would think that we're probably getting close to time for Danica del Madonna to have her baby, if I am being honest, because I think she was getting really close to her third trimester. The last time we saw her, she was heading into her second trimester, so she's probably getting close to having her baby, which is going to be super great. I can't wait to see her go into labor. But for now, we are just continuing on with our main household here. Everyone seems to be in pretty good shape, but I am going to go ahead and get them on into bed because it is the last portion of the year here, and everyone needs to get a little bit of rest. It is like 1 o'clock in the morning. So I'm just going to go ahead and send them all off to bed. All right, so Xavier is up. I am just going to get him to come down and make a little bit of fruit salad because he's feeling a little bit hungry. Demarcus is up and straight away working on the violin. I'm going to get Julianna to just get up and sell her painting that she created, which is fantastic. And then maybe she can clean up a little bit because the house is a little bit of a mess. We are going into our second trimester in 9 hours, which is wonderful news. So she's well on her way in her pregnancy here, which is great. We love that for her. She's got some serious morning sickness, though. Like, the poor thing. I feel so bad for her. Well, clean it up, honey. Clean it up. Go clean it up. Really? She's just watching her husband as he plays this violin, and she's really enjoying being in his company. He's just going out here now to make this fruit salad in the shared space. We love that. He's acquired the cooking skill, which is fantastic because, as we know, he will need to go ahead and learn how to take care of some things. Especially if he's going to be the heir of the family, he will need to have some skills under his belt. So the fact that he's going ahead and learning some cooking skill now is going to be good for him. All right, so you can grab a serving of that. I'm going to get you to come grab a serving. Why don't you come ahead and grab a serving as well? And you can come grab a serving as well. Everyone can come just grab themselves a serving of this food, and that will be great. So everyone's just going to sit down here in the shared space and just have a little bit of breakfast together, which is great. They are just spending time together as a family and enjoying a little bit of this fruit salad that Xavier made. And then I'm going to send Julianna off to the washroom because she desperately has to go for a wee. And then we will just go ahead and I think, oh my goodness, look at Georgina. Oh, I love it. I love seeing it. She is well along in her pregnancy. Let's take a look and see how far along she is. So she is in her pregnancy phase, 3rd trimester. So she is about to have this baby. Oh my gosh, with the dishes. Why are there dishes everywhere? Can you clean it up? Why won't they clean these dishes up? I don't understand. The property owner is here for a visit. Okay, that's fine. Invite him in. So we're just going to go ahead and invite our property owner in for a visit, I suppose. Since we are just the tenants here, we'll just invite the property owner in for a visit. I'm not sure what he's doing. What is our property owner doing? Let's give him a friendly introduction. I mean, he's very modern clothes, but that's fine.
Snibara Watani.
Klets.
Renzi.
Fina.
Shlof. Harsagap Rebe.
Harvini.
Varanoi. Hubi Oguru. Zamonis Arrow.
Clean that up, Xavier, and stop doing that in front of the property owner.
Yes. Uh-huh. Doyum Galeb. Mirvalis. Yumbahe. Yumbala. Izzy. Descos. Gipora. Defool.
Veruda Kampol. Lumbik Jarl. Rezo Tharba.
So as you can see, the sink is busted up. So she is just coming here to go ahead and repair this sink that's busted. So we're just going to let her do that. And then I'm going to have him just go away. So we don't want him here any longer. And then we're going to go ahead and throw away all of this stuff and clean up a little bit because the house is kind of in disarray. And then we will continue on with the rest of this day. We are getting towards the end of the year here, and so we are just going to finish out the rest of this day here. As you can see, Demarcus is just cleaning up as well, which is fantastic. We absolutely love that. Freddie Like is calling, saying, I'm delighted you recommended I spend time with Harabito. I was amused the entire time. We love that for you. Once again, she's just up here painting. I think he probably did make some apple nectar. So let's go ahead and look in his inventory. Yes, he did. Let's put that in the thing so it can go ahead and finally age itself. We love that. Let's see if he can purchase any more ingredients. Let's purchase some more apples, and we'll also purchase some grapes. I don't know if he can make grape nectar yet, but let's purchase some instead. Like some anyway. Yeah, he can make grape nectar. Perfect. Let's just get him up here making a little bit of nectar. And then he can also make some apple nectar after he makes the grape nectar. So as you can see, Diana and Julianna are just having a little bit of conversation. Diana is congratulating her on her pregnancy, and she's like, oh, thank you so much. And Diana's like, I didn't realize that you were, you know, trying to have a baby. And Julianna's like, I wasn't necessarily trying to have a baby. These things just sometimes happen. And she's like, oh. And she's like, yeah, I was, you know, not really wanting to have a baby just yet, but I am really excited that I am having a baby. And she's like, oh, well, we're excited that you're having a baby too. Xavier was telling me that he's really happy that you're having a baby. And she's like, really? And Diana's like, yeah, he's really, really excited for you guys. So we are super excited. Everyone is really excited that Julianna is expanding the family and she's having a baby. And we absolutely love it for the family that that's taking place. And the children are super excited about it, which we love. We're just going to go ahead and sell this painting that she just made. And obviously get a little bit of money there.
The Genzi Kimbalaya Zamonis Arrow. Arvini Zonzo.
Why don't you go ahead and... Oh, you can't? Okay. I was going to send him to an archery competition, but he's not old enough, I don't guess. So he's just finishing up this last bit of apple nectar. He already made the grape nectar, which is fantastic. Freddie Like is calling us again. Are you kidding? I think I have a crush on Trisha Stanley. Yeah, go for it. All right, finish up this apple nectar, and then we'll go ahead and we'll place it in the bin so that it can go ahead and age in the bin, in the nectar rack. And we'll put it in here so that it can age as well. And we've already filled up one and now half of another. So that's fantastic. We're doing really well with filling these things up. And now he's just going to clean that up. And she's already started on another painting. Everyone is doing really, really well as far as trying to band together to make some money for the family, which is wonderful news. We absolutely love that. And the children are making paintings here left and right. We are thrilled about that. I really wish, Xavier, that you would stop doing that. All right. And so I think that is good. I don't think that we're going to end up having a baby today. I thought that we were going to be in our last trimester and that Danica was going to go into labor, but it looks like that's not going to be the case. Let's go ahead and go and check in on Danica. All right, so we are here with the Del Madonna family. Let's just check on her. She is in her 3rd trimester. She could give birth at any time. So we'll just hang out with them for a little while because we still have about 5 hours left of this day. And so we'll just hang out with the Del Madonnas and see how they're doing. I really wish she weren't playing on the laptop because honestly, like, that's not a thing. So I'm going to delete it. Say goodbye to your laptop, Danica, because it's going goodbye. She's like, are you kidding? No, I'm not. What else is in this house that shouldn't be? Is there a TV here too? Yep. Say goodbye. All right. There. All right, so we're just going to hang out with them and let them go ahead and spend their time together here. And we'll see how they're doing. So she is, of course, on her phone. You know, really. How is she doing? She's doing well. He's hungry. All right, so let's get them down here and let's get him to cook something. You can go ahead and serve yourself some dinner. Let's make some onigiri. I don't know that that's really time period appropriate, but your house is not time period appropriate, so we'll just make what we can make. And I will have to update their house at some point. So he's gonna make a little bit of onigiri and then he'll get that in his stomach here, which is fantastic.
Spama. Berenga. Paparani Squame. Spama. Oh, can a game? Maybe. Lumbik. Warno. Doo doo. La la. La la la. Doo doo doo. Doric. La la la.
And she's just like singing away. But she's going to go ahead and she's going to come and give him a little bit of a kiss. And then she's going to ask him if she can have a little bit of a permission to drink from him. Oh, they're so sweet. So she's going to be like, I realize that, you know, you aren't my human blood bag or anything, but is there any way that I could talk you into possibly giving me a little bit of your blood?
Pimpaloosh.
Oh.
Floy Masharno.
Oh, Dolphus Revuda.
Ah, yoyum.
And he's like, sure, Danica, I will offer you my wrist.
Alifa Mu.
Okay, like, don't kill him. This plasma really pleases my palate. He's like, okay, that's enough. All right, he's gonna go off and go get a little bit of rest because she kind of like drained him there a little bit.
Dory. Bon and Gravi.
Washanoi.
Oh, yibs.
So he is gonna come down and just give this person a little bit of an introduction. We don't know who this person is, but it's, I believe, another vampire. So we're going to come and say hello, and he's going to introduce himself and see how they are. We're going to go ahead and invite Andre Sophie Del Madonna into the house because
Miara.
obviously she is the mother of Danica. So we're just going to invite them in.
What's up, Jim?
Quimba.
Ah, bon badoy.
Ibi Hashanisi.
Toki Boo. Waxwin.
Gween Jayabimo.
Pasana Diola? Oh, should be around.
So he's just getting to know everyone here, which is
Fina,
fantastic.
Fina,
He's getting to know
Johnny.
her mom a little bit.
So Suldika.
And of course, Danica has gone and gotten a sentiment with her mother. We love that.
Benva. Crifoba.
Uh-huh.
1G.
Yes.
Oh, nervous.
Jippikaloo.
Meeb. Jow.
Dislikes, he likes discussing hobbies. Okay, sure.
Oh, Bronich Nilsi. Breknu Silboy. Squamish Nimu. Murno Jessenai.
Kipuna.
Urazap? Ah, Suna Nibna.
Malspec. Mopsy Vombo.
Bah. Pifatau Bavangi. Thimba Yanafab. Retinu. Ah, Neebs. Wissa, Jim? Ah, bon badoy.
Var Pasa. Jilibar Kitsuni. Campol Varuda Dibawis. Sorspa Kitsuni. Ooh.
Oh, and his brother's here. All right, we love that.
Ah, Ina.
Urazap?
Shoza.
Ah, Suna Nibna.
Aha.
New Yep Fanoy? Ha, Bombaday.
Oh.
Eh, Wasabis.
Boozle.
Ponzel, Ponzel.
Ogru Yumba. Shows.
Yabasani. Cheflet Sacranario. Amsum Batamoy. Najelna Barove Sons and Gorge. Markdom.
Kivaya.
Nuya. Suna. No.
Sul. Chobaba.
Uh-huh.
So Danica here is just going to go ahead and get to know his little brother Archibald, because obviously we don't know him. And so we want to get to know him a little bit. Two Archibalds. Archibald and Archibald. All right, we love that.
Tibo Monza Zimonis Arrow. Bobsani Nabora Shazzle? And Fabi Narble.
All right, so it is officially the next day, and we did not have the baby. It is now 1371, so I am going to go ahead and leave this episode off here, and we will see her in 1371, and I guess that's when she'll go ahead and have her baby. But guys, I am going to leave this one here. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you are notified when new episodes go live on the channel. And I will see you guys in the next Ultimate Decades Challenge, where we will be having 3 babies in that episode, as well as a whole bunch of birthdays that are going to be coming down the pipe. And we also have a battle that's coming up. So we have a jam-packed episode coming up for our next episode. So I will see you guys then. And until next time, I'm going to go ahead and fly for now. Bye, Ravens.